Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is 19th October. We're shooting episode number 116 and we are going to discuss a problem that happens after a bull run. So, usually during the bull run there is no issue, but after a bull run there are several issues and we will discuss one of the problems that happens. And this has nothing to do with the fall that we have seen today. We are not calling the end of the bull run or anything like that. This episode was planned earlier, and let's see what the market did. So market opened gap up again today, so fourth day of consecutive gap up, and it was getting too overbought. Of course there is hindsight now to say that, but 4 gaps in a row, even 3 gaps in a row is quite a bit, and the market did 4 gaps, and within the first hour itself there was some sell-off and profit booking that closed the morning gap. But later in the day the broader base of the market suffered a good profit taking. So as we can see in the sectors, the real estate sector, PSU banks, FMCG on the back of ITC taking a huge knock today, Hindustan Levers taking a huge knock today, metals, commodities, basically anything that had done well recently, power stocks, everything took a beating except IT. So IT stocks, Infosys, TCS, several of these second rung IT counters, LTI, LTTS, Sonata, several of those counters, KPIT were up, and the Nifty however closed only 0.32% lower than yesterday. The major damage was in the broader base of the market. So as we can see that mid and small cap index took a knock of about 2%. The small cap 250 also 1.8%, Nifty next 50 also 1.4%, and in line with the fall, the weekend investing small cases also took a hit ranging from 0.75% in MIMT all cap to 2.5% on the small cap MI25, and others pretty much being in the 2% range, most of them. So this is the first profit taking in the last 6 or 7 weeks which has happened. It is yet to be seen whether this will continue for several more days or this was just a one-day blip and the market picks up from here tomorrow itself. So now coming back to the topic, I had tweeted a few days earlier that in every bull run there will be stocks that will never come back to their highest prices in the future. So besides the fact that you lose a lot of money once the bull run is over, besides the fact that it is a long excruciating journey of a bear market that one has to go through, and the uncertainty of the market, when the next run will happen, when your stocks will recover, all that is a tremendous set of problems. But the one major problem that exists is the stocks that you hold, will they run the next time? What we can see from the past many bull runs, whether it was the 99-2000 IT bull run, whether it was the real estate and infrastructure stock bull run in 2005 to 8, whether it was very recently in 2016-17 small caps led by some commodities and some graphite like stocks, sugar stocks. So different in the different bull runs that we have seen, what we have seen is that the leadership changes from bull run to bull run. The good companies obviously perform in every run, but the leadership changes. So it was IT in one, it was infrastructure and real estate in the other, some commodities in the other, and now we are seeing that the leaders of this bull run, whether they are renewable energy stocks or there could be some of the IT stocks, again, may not be the ones that will lead the next time, because in most bull runs and the leadership gets so much extended that it requires a lot of time, many years for that to get digested and for a new demand supply mismatch to happen for the stock to start doing well again, because there's so much supply that is sitting after a bull run happens at each level, that the price moving up through that resistance becomes a major issue. So in stocks which have seen 80-90% drop, the rally upwards back to the top is very difficult, because at each level there will be millions of shares to be offered. As soon as people get to their price, they want to offload it, and hence a stock which is running at an all-time high has no overhead resistance theoretically, and a stock which is coming through a series of resistance upwards has a lot of resistance, and that is why we see that problem. So I'll just run you through a lot of charts. There may be some selection bias in these charts, but overall the picture is what this is, that a leadership that is seen in a bull run takes time for it to come back, or it never comes back. So this is a chart of a very popular company where the stock went from 10 rupees to 280 rupees in the 2008 bull run, IVRCL, and then it collapsed back to about 30 rupees and had a second life as the market tried to come back to 200, but then could not sustain and collapsed back and could never ever recover from that loss, and now it is trading in pennies. Another very popular stock in the 2008 run was GVK. They were instrumental in the T2 airport at Mumbai. So there was a lot of hype around this company at that point of time, highly leveraged. Again, went from 15 rupees to 85 rupees, back to 10-15 rupees, a small bounce again, and then collapsed to 2 rupees over the last 15 odd years. Next company was GMR. Again, went from 20 to 120, back to 2025. So what the common theme that you will see after a major crash is that most stocks will come back to from where they started, and then they will try to go up again. But in case the leadership is going to be different the next time, or the bull run will take some time to digest, those stocks may never come back. And there are hundreds and thousands of such examples that I can quote you, and you can see that this is now, after so many years, 13-14 years, is now beginning to create a new life which has seen this fall. And we are seeing this in many counters, where in real estate counters like DLF, for instance, which was 1200 in the last rally, came down to nearly 100 rupees, and now it is beginning to go up again. Shrey Infrastructure was another one. Now in this one, it managed to go back to its peak after about 10 years, but then it has collapsed after that particular 16 to 18 bull run, and in this current run it has not done anything whatsoever. So 2 bull runs, it went from 20 to 120 in either of them, but collapsed back and did nothing after that. Reliance Infrastructure, RIIL, again you can see here stock went from 10 rupees to 3000 rupees, collapsed back to about 200-300 rupees, and has stayed here since 13-14 years, and now only it has started to go up. It has tripled or a little bit more from the bottom, and it may continue, we don't know, but it has not given the leadership in any of the runs that happened during these 13-14 years. Ansal API is another real estate company which went from 100 to 500 rupees, collapsed back after that, and just died post that period. Now coming to more recent picks like HEG, stock went from 158 to close to 5,000 in the 2017-18 run, collapsed back to about 500, and in the current run, though it has gone up 4-5 times, but it has not provided the leadership in the market. So the leadership component is missing, and we don't know how this will perform post this, but the kind of leadership that stocks with no upper resistance or overhead resistance get, this definitely has a lot of resistance at each leg, and only once it clears the overhead resistance above 5,000 can it really fly. Rolta was another stock from the era of 99-2000. You can see it went from 40 rupees to 460-70 rupees, came back to 20 rupees. This stock did give another shot at it in the 2008 run, went from 20 again to 350, collapsed back, but in the recent runs it has not done anything in 2017-18, and now in 2021-22 it has totally not given any returns. HFCL was another stock which was a darling in 99-2000. It went from 5 rupees to like 2,500 or 3,000 rupees, collapsed back from 36 rupees it went to about, here we have, it will be closer to I think 2,400 or 2,500, I don't remember, but it collapsed back to 15 rupees or even 10 rupees here, and only now it is starting to have another life, another go at it 20 years later. So if you are having the leadership stocks in your portfolio today, and once the bull run is over, whenever it happens, maybe it happens today, maybe it happens 3 years later, I don't know, but those stocks may or may not have a second life immediately, and you may have to wait for a long time before they come closer to your purchase price, for instance. And the other way to look at solving this issue is to have a mechanism where or a strategy where you will discard the weak stocks and pick new stronger ones. So in momentum investing, the way we are doing investing at weekend investing, it is always the survival of the fittest which is there in our portfolios. So stocks which tend to lose momentum get removed very quickly, even when the bull run is doubtful whether it is going to continue or not, and stocks usually between 20 and 40% is where they get exited from the top. And although there is no one rule about it, it depends upon the strategy, exit conditions, but this is approximately the range in which they get. So if you have had a 300-400 bagger stock, you will lose some of it, but you will still retain a lot of the gains of it, and you will get out of it. So you are not waiting for your original start point to come and then to see what to do with the stock. You are out of it and you are looking for new stocks which have the momentum and which can give you the leadership in the next run. And we've seen that time and again in the last 5.5 years that we are running, is that strategies are themselves able to churn out the stocks that have burnt out and bring in new stocks that will give your portfolio a new life. This is all I had in this video. In tomorrow's video, I will showcase many such stocks which we were able to exit early, and many other new counters that we were able to enter early and make use of the bull and bear cycles in the market. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.